Hello there, Bandit Racing League fans. Former broadcaster Marshall Crocker Jr. here, part-time driver, the number 78 for 785 Racing. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about Geezer Authentics, your place for all things Bandit Racing League merchandise. Well, now let's say you want to go and buy a t-shirt for your reigning, defending Bandit Racing League champion, Eddie Hagge. You put it in black, you get it in an extra large, and you add it to your cart there for a reasonable price. You're going to move on, maybe look at some, shirts and sweaters, but maybe there's nothing that catches your eye this time, so you're going to move on to some wall wear. And you know me, I can't lie, I was a big Cody Welch fan back in my time broadcasting, so maybe you want to grab a 785 Cody Welch pennant to hang on your wall above your sim racing rig. You add it to your cart and you're going to move on. Maybe you're thinking some sort of accessory, maybe you're a big hat person like I am, you need something to wrap right on the brim, and there you go, Bandit Racing League hats in a variety of colors, but I personally like the combo of the camo and that Full Send Racing Network orange. And you're going to move on now to some drinkware. You need something to drink your coffee out of in the morning. Why not grab a 785 Racing mug and support yours truly, Marshall Crocker Jr. This has been Geezer Authentics. Check out the site. Lots of great options for Bandit Racing League fans.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Simtrax Broadcasting. We come to you live here from the Bristol Motor Speedway, a little unconventional way that you're not used to seeing it. We're going to spread dirt all over this track and watch these drivers here with the Bandit Racing League slide it sideways here tonight, see if anybody can complete any slide jobs without taking the right side of the car and morphing it into the shape of a bullet here tonight. A lot of guys are going to be having some trouble here tonight. Not only staying on the track, staying clean, getting up to the front, but we're going to find out, obviously, who practiced here. Definitely some practice time will be needed to go ahead and take circle track cars and make them a sliding turn here, but we'll see how it goes. Right now, I think it'll be an exciting race. I already see out there in the chat that Jay said he had trouble last broadcast, seeing that he woke up to an ending broadcast. Hopefully it wasn't that bad. I think it was just it was a long one. I think it ended Indianapolis, Stella, if I'm not mistaken. But right now, drivers are getting out there during their drivers meeting, fortunately. Brett Guzik out there in the 04, as we kind of hone in on him, seeing how he is doing. Matt Crockett is going to be out there tonight as well. So a lot of big names you're going to see actually starting from the back of the field. Spidey senses tell me Cody Welch is not going to be starting up very high here tonight as qualifying has completed. Let's go ahead and see if we can take a peek where our guys qualified in here tonight and at least find out where our top 10 started. Yep, that's what I figured. Cody Welch down in that 8th spot. I expected, he's been on kind of a slump here lately. I expected Cody Welch to actually shoot up front and possibly have a top 5 start here tonight, but he's going to be sitting just outside. So keep an eye out, Jennifer Wonders, as we'll see if Cody Welch can do it. He's been out there during practice and no fault of his own. It looks like he has been rearranged a few times. I think we're probably to the 7th or 8th backup car here tonight. So Stella, tough race we're looking at these guys tonight as qualifying had completed. Mason Flagar is going to take that number 1 position out there in the 72. Bob Berry hanging out there in 10th. Not a bad start for him. He's been putting a lot of practice time down as well. You know, who are going to be some of our faster guys out there on the track?
Well, I'm expecting to see Sean Britt and even Ethan Sikorsky. They put down almost 100 laps of practice even before we got to the qualifying and warm-up tonight.
All right, we're going to have a bunch of drivers here tonight. Getting really excited about how this drive is going to go. Ethan Sikorsky out there in the 94 Toyota. Once again, it looks like he's going to be the only aftermarket car or import car out there, to say the least, there for Ethan sitting out there. We'll see how his Toyota is able to do tonight. Jackson Knock is going to be another fast driver in the 00. So, Stella, right now we've got guys getting pretty excited out there. I would say RC is going to have their hands full here tonight. I don't know 110% how they're going to do it. Very, very tough here for these guys to let this one rip. Now, this track, not very big here. They have plenty of room to race, but it's going to be a tough one at that. Seeing this track is only half a mile long, but for tonight, it looks like 131 laps is what you've got these guys loaded up for here tonight, and it's going to be a 100% fuel limit. So really, they're not going to be concerned about fuel at all here tonight. 4 sets of tires, maybe need a set, Stella, I would say, during a competition caution, which I believe there is 1 set up here for tonight. We'll talk a little bit about that here in a second. But that 2 fast repairs, that's where we're going to circle there. I think that's going to be our go-to in this fixed setup league. All right, I'll be your lead producer, Patrick Morrison, here tonight. Commentator will be Stella and Race Control, Nicole Krazel, Bradley Shin. And trust me, for a half a mile, they're going to be everywhere. So that 65-degree temperature in the air is only going to equate to 61 down on the track. Fortunately, better in most of the Northeast out there here in the U.S. Starting to see a little bit of snow. So fortunately, it looks like Bristol was able to avoid that kind of a feed out there, not being in any sort of trouble. Matt Crockett out there in the number 15, the Liquid Death machine. We'll see how he goes. And Stella, you wouldn't believe Liquid Death is actually water.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Usually that's, the liquid of life. All right. Well, there goes Bob Berry.
Yep, Bob Berry. He'll actually be in our sponsor car here tonight, as well as Bill Harkins for the D's Dirty Nuts 131 here tonight at the Bristol Dirt Race. Can't wait to see these guys get going here and start laying down some odd times. Now, taking a look at how these guys drive, it's going to be a little unusual. I don't know if you guys have tuned in to Simtrax before. We have called some dirt races out there. It gets pretty hairy out there. A lot of guys are going to be trying a couple different lines. I've seen some guys drive down to the bottom and use part of the dirt down there. You'll see the track actually start to wear in a little bit. Start seeing a nice solid spot in the middle. It almost turned like a blackish gray. That's where it starts getting really slick. And other guys will ride up toward the top, more toward the chocolate chip area where the mud has actually started kind of balling up around the turns. And we'll talk about that as the race continues. You'll hear a lot of references to things such as the cushion, riding up toward the top and nudging the cushion, and the cushion actually being a part of the track where the dirt has not actually matted down, kind of burned in and actually hardened. It's still the soft spot, which a lot of guys will use that, get the right rear tire into the cushion plant, and then able to launch out of the turns. But of course, as you have 20 or so drivers driving around this track, that cushion is going to slowly keep fading away and getting closer and closer to that wall. Some have found that there is a possibility of actually going out there, staying fast, and whoop, looks like Paul Wilson kind of slipped on around. Boy, he looks like he almost got out of there unscathed. But they'll go out there, and you'll see as that cushion rides up closer, they'll actually almost wall ride a little bit. Some guys say, even in the truck series, that it's the best to take the right rear of your truck and end up actually grinding the wall on the round to end up keeping it from turning too far. Bob Barry, you can tell he's been practicing out here, as you will hardly see that number 75 turn actually completely around like some of the other drivers. So oddly enough, Stella, what we're seeing here is now we're taking a circle asphalt car and sliding it on the dirt. There's not a big giant wing like we see in the sprint cars. It's not low and kind of jacked up in the right rear like you would see on a super late model out there. So
Okay.
it's a lot of different things that we're seeing out here of things they're going to try. There are going to be mistakes out there on the track, but it's how they correct that mistake to keep the race rolling.
Yeah, that makes sense because I'm looking at controlled chaos here. Oh, there's some nuts. That's a cute car there, Bill. The way they're swinging around, kind of in a drifting, so to speak. But this is not a material I would ever want to drift on. I would drift on asphalt. I'd drift on concrete, but this is crazy.
Yeah, you'll see them get going. You actually want to aim high into the turn, then dive as hard as you can down to the bottom. It'll cause the rear end to kick out there a little bit as you see Bob Barry slice on around Bill Harkins there. Harkins having a little bit of trouble here tonight, but that's A-okay. I tell you, nobody's going to be coming out of here with their paint job in the right order without the car being damaged. But we're going to try our best, and hopefully they do end up coming out on top, being pretty good. You see Michaelis getting a little too far, and you can see where the mistake was made. He got going, that right front started over-rotating a little bit, and then that was it. And honestly, Stella, I know they say you drive not with the steering wheel on a dirt track. You actually drive with the throttle. It's more on and off, trying to get the car to turn and stay almost controlled drifting around these turns. But I would note that how they do it is going to be the key to success here tonight. How they're in the throttle, and if they make a mistake, what they're going to do. When they slide around, as soon as you saw Michaelis, what ended up happening is as soon as he started sliding, you saw those front tires lock up. The worst thing you can do is hit the brakes. As soon as you hit the brakes, the rear end comes on around and you're spun around. And then the entire field's wrecking. So that is exactly unfortunately, what you don't want to do, which is exactly what an asphalt driver does. You start losing control, you tap the brakes a little bit, regain traction, and go for it again. Not in the dirt. That is not the case. You do not want to hit the brakes, and I think we're going to see a lot of mistakes here tonight in that respect. All right, Stella, what do you say we take a look at our starting grid here for tonight?
Sounds good, and that'll be brought to you by Perfect Shine Auto Spa for all your automotive detailing needs. Please choose Perfect Shine Auto Spa in Houston, Texas.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and take a look. Mason Flagar and Nolan Gross will be starting on the front row. Nick Nickerson, glad to see he is back. He'll be starting third next to Jackson Knock, fourth. Sean Brett will be starting in that fifth spot next to Ethan Sikorsky. Plenty of practice time. That gets them to the third row. Michaela's seventh. Cody Welch will be eighth, and Brandon Jackson is ninth. Moving on to Bob Berry, rounding out our top 10. He'll be sitting in front of Matt Crockett and Connor Gibson. Awesome job here for these guys for the front six rows. Let's move on back to John Osborne. Little farther back than Osborne wanted to start, but oddly enough, Osborne and Kevin Foster, not teammates though, but they almost run and drive like one. So they'll be in row number 7. Moving on to 8, where we find Bill Harkin starting 15th, next to Ricky Hart. Jason Greenwell, David Lakey, Brett Guzik, and Paul Wilson will be rounding out our top 20. Horrible start for them. They'll be looking to see if they can fight their way back to the front, but it's dirt. Anything can happen. If they can just stay out of it, it's going to be really good for them. Carter Phillips will be starting in the 21st position next to Curtis Yancey, the Young Guns creator out there. We'll see if he can stay out of trouble. Looks like they're going to be trying to light a fire under him here tonight. Last driver out in the field will be Eddie Haggie. Haggie in the 97 Chevrolet will be starting way here in the back of the field in our wonderful RC out there in a car. That way they can communicate with our drivers. So they're going to be, unfortunately, that little piece we're going to see out there on the track. And we'll get ready to get this one underway here in just a moment. Still a lot of drivers here getting ready to stack up and get ready. Here we go under green. And we'll go. D's Dirty Nuts 131 is underway. Lap number 1. We already see a couple of guys sliding down toward the bottom. Nickerson taking the way low line. That costs him, dropping him from 3rd to 6th in one turn.
My goodness. Yeah, it's actually hard for me to figure the angles on these cars. Oh, that did not take long.
Nope, first caution out. Jason Greenwell, Eddie Haggie will be our first drivers around. Haggie in the back of the field. Looks like he's been dealt some damage to the front nose. I would definitely not fast repair these vehicles until they are broken, or I am divvied the meatball flag. Absolutely not. Looks like Jay out there is loving Bill's paint as well. All right. Haggie might be trying to check it out there a little bit. We'll take a little bit of a look at what caused our caution here tonight. Let's see what got Jason Greenwell turned around, and we'll talk a little bit about how these cautions can stack up and it gets worse. So you see Kevin Foster a little into the wall, and 1, 2, 3 stacks them up. Clink.
Oh,
now, you can't blame Eddie Haggie here because from his angle, this wreck is way overdone by the time he gets there. Here's Eddie Haggie here on the screen now. That's him falling behind the 30 there, Carter Phillips. He's on the brakes, and there's just no stopping. You're on the dirt. No. You can't stop. And no, these guys are not on groove tires. These things are still riding on those slicks. So it's right. So it's not like they can do anything different to try to stop the car. So, yeah, to me, when they decided to take Bristol and throw it on the dirt, I almost counted this as a suicidal race during their season, that they looked at every race team and said, I'm going to cost you a boatload of money. I want you to take a $300,000 car, and I want you to go race it on the dirt. And I think a few people had thrown that out there. Fortunately, they picked the smallest track, Stella. I mean, I guess they could have picked... a 1.5-mile track to fill it with dirt.
Yeah, well, this one already took, 2,000 plus trucks carrying 23,000 cubic yards of red clay. I don't think they want to do it on any bigger track.
Man, I don't know about that. I think it only lasted about 2 or 3 years, and I think they then cut it back out. I think they said they were trying to get it going.
They started in 21.
Jay, you said dirt was once. When?
Oh, really?
I was going to say, because, I mean...
Well, a lot of the tracks were dirt when they first started.
Right, that's what I was going to say, is I know most tracks were dirt. I mean, hell, even Daytona was sand.
Yes.
So, maybe. So, we'll see. We'll see. I know, Richmond started as dirt. All right, pace truck is off. Good thing we don't have the Porsche out there tonight. Thank you, LAT Racing Oils, for sponsoring our caution. As our first one over, let's get back underway. Lap number 6. And here we go. Mason Flagar, who is our pole sitter, moves down a spot as Nolan Gross takes over. Oh, man, look at Knox slide on through. Not bad. Great job there by Jackson. Knock will kind of stick to the 0-0 here. Looks like he's trying to set up Nolan Gross. And Gross over-rotates.
Okay.
Gross does recover, though. He catches back up. Looks like that is going to be... Yep, that's going to be Sean Britt. Just a slide job underneath. He's got him.
He
Caution.
sure did, but here comes Cody Welsh moving up to 5th already.
Yep. Caution underway, I believe. Paul Wilson. No, Nick Nickerson and Brandon Jackson are our drivers, and that really bites because the 99's been trying really hard here. I think we saw at the end of qualifying the 99 getting turned around.
We did. Well, that car doesn't look like it has much in the way of damage.
No. Take a look. All right, he hasn't bent the steering wheel yet. See, he gets pretty upset about that.
Not in the car, anyway.
No. No. All right, let's see what happens to Nick Nickerson here. I know Kevin Foster's been having some problems. I think he's coming down pit here. Notice how Welch rotates up. Oh, left front tire caught the cushion. So, Stella, you almost want the track to actually be slicked up a little bit. It helps the car slide around the track. And I think that's what we see a little bit here. Notice how Nick Nickerson's setting up. Right as he gets here.
Sliding just fine.
Well, right, but when he gets down toward the bottom, notice how the left front tire catches. Right there.
That's why he slows so much.
Yeah, did you see it bop right? Kind of do that nosedive? As soon as it caught that cushion, there's more grip. And the last thing you want, honestly, is grip out of the front tires. The front tires have to slide, which is odd. Yeah, I know. Everything is exactly backwards than what you expect in the asphalt. But when he went around, the front tires ended up catching and ended up jerking that car there to the right, which is quite unfortunate here for Nick Nickerson. We'll take one more look at it here, and we'll get ready to get back underway. Caution laps do not last long here. Let's take a look. Yeah, do you see a little bit of the dirt kicking off of that front bumper as the splitter goes and hits?
Oh, you think he bottomed out and shoveled in?
Yeah, well, he bottomed out before he even got into the turn.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye here. Look right in front of that Mustang logo, right there. See it? He's hitting a ridge, so it already started to nosedive and then catches it right there. Hits the cushion, and then, of course, Brandon Jackson has absolutely nowhere to go.
Okay, yep. Yeah, Jay, I got to go ahead and talk to you about that. Yes, Richmond Raceway was a dirt track from 1946 to 1968. Now, where you're saying Richard Petty won the first paved race, Lee Petty won the first NASCAR race, but that was in 53. But yeah, you've got 68, it was paved over, and Richard Petty won, so good Googling on you.
Oh, dog. Almost getting 3 wide there. The 94 of Ethan Sikorsky goes to the outside. Knock, Flagar, Sikorsky, 1, 2, and 3. Cody Welch has moved up to 4th. And it looks like the MF Racing design slides right up the center. 4th for him. He's got it. Not bad. Nolan Gross was up front there for some time, but looks like he's getting marched out. Knock is getting super fast here tonight. But as the track starts to wear down, we'll see if the speed can continue for most of our drivers out there. I don't think tires will be much of an issue, but as the track settles down and starts slicking up, I would say we're going to see a lot more tire smoke out there, and that's when the tires are going to start getting replaced.
Now, I noticed, Cody Walsh, as you were showing that previous turn, look at the way the car, normally we see them in Atlanta, we see them in Daytona, where they're hitting the bumps and they're bouncing, but it's a front-to-back bounce. These things are actually bouncing side to side. That's got to be a whole different, ball of wax to try to compensate for the uh-oh, we got a caution.
Yep, John Osborne is around. righty, Stella. We are starting to rack up the cautions here. We're up to now 3.
Yes.
We are having some trouble. I know a lot of the drivers were really hoping this isn't going to end up this way for most of the race. Let's take a look and see what happens to John Osborne.
Yeah, right now we're averaging about 8 laps.
Right there. Dude. Let me see if we can find something to see where.
At least he wasn't hit.
Well, he was all right there for a second, but it looks like it grabs the track. Here's right off the nose of his car. Right there.
Oh, I have been seeing a lot of people have trouble right there at the beginning of pit road. Almost wonder if there's an extra, pushy spot or something. Uh-oh. Budget Rides is already claiming the 18 caution.
I don't say that.
Campaign.
I hope not. I hope not. Yeah, this is a wicked turn here. I'm trying to... Did he lock up the brake? You can see his hands are starting to turn over. Rotating. Watch the tire.
I am?
Yep, he's already... There's the brake locked up. And it sends him the rest of the way around. But, man, he was close. Almost bit those barrels.
He sure did. Well, he was trying to maintain some kind of traction by not locking up those tires and seeing if he could get, keep his control. But when you finally see those barrels coming into your windshield, stomp on it.
Yep. So, Jackson Knock is enjoying a lot of time up front here. Been leading the last couple handfuls of laps since he overtook it there from Nolan Gross.
And LAT Racing Oil is getting a lot of time tonight, that high-performance race oil for the real world. You can always look them up on latracingoils.com.
All right. Huge iRacing update happened right before this race here tonight. If I'm not mistaken, I was around about 61 gigs of updates. So the drivers who have been practicing most of this week, things are going to change up a little bit here tonight with how the track happens and how the damage model is going to continue on here. Let's take a look as we are back under green, 3 wide, sitting behind him. Cody Welch in trouble.
Nope, he's holding it. He's got it.
Well, Cody Welch does hold it. He bounces off Ethan Sikorsky of the 94. I know whenever points fingers at a track like this, you have no idea who's at fault where.
No.
Lap 21 is underway. I think they would like to start marching off a couple of these laps before somebody gets in trouble, but that is not going to happen. We're going to be marching them under caution.
Oh, wow.
Jason Greenwell's around. Not only that, I believe Carter Phillips was our first driver who got turned. All right, let's take a look and see what happens to Carter Phillips here. Whoa, he's out of shape. Oh, he's out of shape.
Yes. Oh, man.
Yeah, I think Carter Phillips is, Whoop. Yeah, right there. See, nudge off the cushion so it launches him to the inside.
That'll do it. Oh.
Well, I think...
Yeah, this is way too early. We're like lap 22 here. Don't get frustrated, Mr. Phillips. You can kind of see it coming out of the tailpipe.
Yeah, right there. Man. Hate to see it. I would say, Jay, out there in the chat, little chat, we kind of had a little conversation before the race here tonight. You're saying it's a little bit of a crazy idea. This was actually asked by the majority part of this league to bring a dirt race here to the season. So oddly enough, they actually asked for this. We'll see how they can hold on. Driver came down on lap number 16 was Nick Nickerson. Looks like possibly for a set of tires. And back out he went.
So did Mr. Yancey.
Yeah, well, Yancey has fought himself up 14 positions to 8th.
He has, but he came down on lap 3?
Yes.
Right after that first caution, I guess.
Maybe 4 and go or try to fix a little bit of the damage. But the Bass Pro Shops 51 Chevrolet doing a great job here. So far, he's the hard charger of the night. Nick Nickerson is actually moving the opposite way. He's down 15. Yancey's up 14.
Yeah, but Nickerson was involved in the lap 7 caution, so far Yancey, I think, has kept everything pretty tight and clean tonight.
Yep. All right, so we'll see how all this one plays out here, and see kind of how they're going to continue this battle. Jay's saying it wasn't set in stone back then. I would say dirt, yes, was set in stone. The car was not.
Yeah.
Knock, Flagar, Welch, 1, 2, and 3. Let's see if they can hold on to it. Look at the different lines these guys hold. Oh yeah, there we go. Nolan Gross getting in some trouble here.
Look like spaghetti.
As everybody tries to hold on here, we hop on top of Nolan Gross's machine. I believe he's got Bob Berry starting to kind of weigh in on him here. A little difficult with some of our normal camera views here. As I see, looks like...
Yeah,
I can't tell. I don't know if... I think that might have been a driver going backwards here. Everybody's still in good... Yep, everybody's still in good spirits. Oh, man.
Looked like Brett Guzik got a little extra push.
Yep, he enjoyed that. Yancey might be out of... Yep, Yancey's out of shape.
Oh. Something wrong there with his car. He's got something all out of alignment there.
Somebody broke the left rear.
And yes, and the left rear's not turning. Ooh.
Boy, good thing for fast repairs.
Splendid.
Yep, so he's got it fixed. He'll be getting back onto the track, but not before he's punished for about 3 laps down before he can get back out.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye for Yancey, what happened out there.
Running 19, 20 seconds a lap. Yeah, that's, crunch. It's not, doesn't take long for you to be a lap or 2 down.
Yeah, we'll take a look here real quick and see if we can find what happened to Curtis Yancey here. Whoop. Where are you? There you are.
Oh! In that
oh, my gosh.
Oh. Okay, well, that's how he lost his left rear.
Yeah. Well, was it by himself or was he touched? Nope. Over-rotate right there. Trying to save it. Oh, and destroyed the back end. Dude. All right.
Caution.
Yes. Caution. All right, I believe. Yep, I believe, taking a look, this may be finger pointing here at Carter Phillips again. Yep, down on the bottom, too low. Yeah, and that's another thing we're seeing here, Stella, is Carter Phillips on this one, his speed is way too low.
Yeah.
Taking the bottom side. You see how he's almost mid-track. He's got to rotate up toward the wall. And I'm wondering if a couple of spin-outs here, some contact with these other drivers has kind of made him a little gun-shy about going for it. Right now it shows Bill Harkins sitting right behind Curtis Yancey at this point in time. LAT Racing Oils is our caution replay. and our caution sponsor here of the league for the season 13. Really appreciate them joining on for another season.
That's one nutty car. Couldn't help it.
Yeah, somebody else who's been doing pretty well out there, I would like to go ahead and note, is actually Bob Berry. He's actually been moving up there up to 6th. That number 4, excuse me, 4. 4 is the number of places he's gained out there in the number 75 Chevrolet. I believe tonight he is being sponsored by.
Looks like.
Yep, D's Nuts.
And a little Harley Davidson too.
Yep, and Harley Davidson.
Just salt. Yeah, he actually started out top 10 tonight, which he doesn't always choose to do. Sometimes he's further back to stay out of trouble, but I think he felt pretty good tonight and is right up there in the mix right from the start.
All right, well, you speak of mixed. We'll go ahead and get this one back underway here in just a moment. Jackson Knock and Cody Welch will be taking us to the green flag here.
All right.
This pace truck is going to be heading on off this time by.
Now, considering all this dirt, does it become a visual problem? Does iRacing take that into account? Like, splatter mud on the windshield or anything?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yep, but it does require you doing some speed to get the dirt up onto the windshield here. Boy, I'll tell you what, if there's one thing that seems to be the kryptonite here tonight for Nolan Gross is these restarts. Boy, he starts on the back foot, but fortunately he's able to fight back up to the 4th spot. Ethan Sikorsky leaving that door open for him.
Yeah, but look at Cody Welch, up 6 places already, sitting on his podium position of 2nd.
Caution. Oh, no. Lap number 37, Brandon Jackson involved. And a lot of damage. All right, showing drivers involved. Brandon Jackson, Matt Crockett, Kevin Foster, Bill Harkins.
Oh,
This is a big one. All right, let's
Foster's
take a look.
up there.
Boy, Brett Guzik was sending it in there. Oop. Oof.
Oh. Nice dodge on that one. Nope, Foster, unless he caught something earlier, seems to be scooching by. I'll tell you, that is like a flubber fender.
Oh, don't talk about the fender. Nope, right there. That's where it... When Foster came to a stop there, I think he was just thinking the best of it, staying out of the situation.
Yeah.
I think the one that's the heartbreaker here is Bill Harkins. I mean, he's got the wreck clear and then just clips him right there. Oop. Oh.
Gee, not one more for good measure.
Well, the problem is, remember I was talking about the brakes in the dirt.
No stopping.
So as soon as he hits the brakes, he's gonna end up sliding anyway. So, man. All right. Well, it looks like the number 11's no worse for the wear.
Yeah, but Brandon Jackson's still down there after a minute and a half, putting him at least 2 laps behind.
Yep. Well, this will be from towing.
Oh, yep. That'll do it.
So he's going to be down there for a little while. Hate seeing it for him. All right, LAT Racing Oils, great job here tonight. Now, sometimes we do come to some tracks, not a single caution, but they are definitely getting it here tonight. I know a couple of deep breaths need to be taken off out there. I think, yeah, Budget Rides Off-Road is saying they might need a stretcher out there for that one.
Mm.
All right. Jackson Knox still in the lead on this race. Maybe. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We don't have a whole lot of time, but we're going to try. We're going to try. All right, Jackson Knock, you got a copy?
I sure do.
All right, man. Awesome job here tonight. You seem to be, once you've gotten up to the lead, doesn't seem to be slowing you down at all. Any tough parts on this track?
The middle of turns 1 and 2 there's a bump there that you kind of have to let off in the middle of the corner for. Do some weird funky stuff to keep it going straight, or I guess going sideways. But other than that, everywhere around is pretty smooth, pretty simple. We're gonna go green here. Hold on, right there.
You best let him go.
We head into turns number 1 and 2. It gets bumpy right there, and you try not to over-rotate, as you see a lot of cars starting to over-rotate. Then down the back straightaway, that's when I usually get my lead, and then it's just smooth sailing from there.
All right, Jackson, good luck to you, buddy.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we got to let him go. I was like, God, he's still talking. He still wants to talk. Okay, I'm not even going to interrupt. All right, let's go ahead and get this back straight here, as it looks pretty rough. Nolan Gross having that trouble, though. Gross now drops down to 7th, looking for almost 8th. Gross holding up toward the top. You notice somebody got up there and started scrubbing out the cushion a little bit.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm still kind of going, that was neat.
Yep. Look how Yancey drives this thing, though. Yeah, well, Yancey's moved back up to 9th after the fast repair.
Wow.
Now notice how the turn, you see how it's starting to get almost glazed there in the center when we enter the turn?
I was going to say, it looks almost wet and shiny.
Yep.
Caution.
Yep. Alrighty. Mr. Crockett's involved. And Mr. Foster.
Aw, again.
Well,
he
right
only
front fender's tore up on Kevin Foster this time.
got a little ding last time. This one looks worse.
Let's take a look. Kevin Foster. Ooh.
Oh. Wow. Had no idea it was coming.
Dude, did Kevin Foster come off the ground?
Do it again. Well, he is locked up.
We are airborne.
I believe he is 4 wheels in the air. Nice.
Dude.
I'd give him a solid 9 for that. Little pirouette at the end.
All right.
I wondered when Budget Rides was going to revise and extend those remarks.
He's trying. All righty. Caution is back out here tonight. It's rather unfortunate, but it's a happen. All right. What do you say we talk to, Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's grab the number 8. Kevin Foster, you got a copy?
I got you.
Dude. All right. Well, you scored, what was it, Stella, an 8 or a 9?
Oh, I gave him a 9.
Okay, so not the number 8. So the number 8 got the 9 for the pirouette out there for coming off of the ground. Not bad, dude. This race is pretty tough out there. What's getting all these guys' heads out there?
Man, it's slick. The car's just everywhere. It's we're gonna call it a level 5 to drive, but you know what? Everyone, we're out there just having fun. The car's slipping, sliding. It's unpredictable. The track is starting to change, starting to slick off, especially in turn 1 and 2. And so we're definitely going to push the groove up and up. And then the guys are going to be searching for the little bit of moisture up top and definitely down low. So the track's going to widen out. It's going to actually provide for a lot better racing once we get this thing cleared off a little more.
Whew. All right, you visited
you're
pit
looking
road
for
3 times here
moisture.
tonight. We just trying to make sure the car's straightened up?
Make sure the car's straight, but I don't plan on coming back to pit road anymore tonight.
Alrighty, Kevin Foster will hold you to it. I know it's pretty rough, man. Good luck to you out there.
All right, thank you guys.
I am intrigued.
All right, yes.
He's looking for moisture.
Yes. The dustier the track, it won't allow you to slide.
Huh.
So you're actually looking for the wet, squishy spots, and that'll allow you to slide on around the track. It's almost like looking for a wet spot in a parking lot. Which, speaking of which,
Okay.
we're going to be back to parking lot conditions here as we're back under caution. Connor Gibson's around. Horrible segue there, Stella. Horrible.
Yes, yes, yes.
No.
Okay, so well, because I'm thinking try to avoid the slippery mud and stick to the part where I can drive forward. And these guys are looking for the slippery spots.
Yes, well, the moisture will actually become sticky as well. So that's the cushion we're talking about. Being able to rotate up, get the cushion, and be able to launch off from there.
I thought the cushion was more like, say, the way the dirt piles up, you
Yes.
know, and then, okay.
Yeah, the dirt piles up the untouched areas. So you'll see as
Fair.
the track is starting to wear down in certain areas, like, okay, perfect, right here. Curtis Yancey, you see how he's riding. That seems to be the common spot. The cushion's down on the bottom and on the top,
Okay.
but no longer in the center.
Fair.
And that's what these guys are looking for. So they know in the center, which you'll find a lot of dirt racers do, the front tires are best left in this slick spot right where the pace truck is running. But you
But you
want the
need the
rear
traction.
tires up against the cushion.
To have that traction.
Right. So you want the rear tires being able to on off the gas to help turn you, but you want the front tires to slide to give you more speed.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. Yes. Work that one.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Work that one. All right, pit road being visited by a couple of drivers out there. I believe it was, yes, Nick Nickerson, Jason Greenwell, Connor Gibson came on down as Connor Gibson was part of our caution here. Let's see what took out the Sour Patch Kid.
As well as Sean Britt.
Ooh, Nolan Gross, I see he's getting dirty out there. Yep, just a little something. A little nudge there by Mr. Lakey. Lakey now up to 10th. All right. Now, we talked to Jackson Knock during the last quali, during a couple cautions ago. As he qualified down in 4th. Currently leading this race. Mason Flagar now up there. He was qualified on the pole. And has returned back to meet him.
Yeah, we've got a couple people. I mean, talk about hard chargers. Yancey up 18. Brett Guzik up 13. Lakey and Paul Wilson are up 9. There's some people that got out here and are making it happen.
Yep. Only 2 drivers in the top 10 to pit are Cody Welch on lap 47 and Curtis Yancey on 28. Breaking
Okay.
in is now Paul Wilson, who pit on lap 47. He's now breaking into that number 10 spot. Great launch on the restart. There we go. Patsy Steele saying looks like Lightning McQueen trying to make that turn on the dirt. Yes. Right, you got to turn right to go left. Now somebody didn't. 04, Brett Guzik.
Oh,
All right, Mama Goose, close your eyes. You don't want to see
Yes.
this.
I had just mentioned he was up so.
All right, let's see if it was assisted. Oh.
Yeah, 2 people just wanting the same piece of dirt.
Oh, man. So I saw Matt Crockett get collected.
Again?
Says Kevin Foster got collected here as well. Yep.
Oh, man.
Oh, and Bill.
Oh, Bill.
I guarantee you Bill was looking out that passenger windshield over at that car heading straight toward the wall and didn't realize that Foster had started checking up. Oh, no.
Yeah,
Carter
that's-
Phillips gets involved too. Still riding that low high line. Whoop.
Whoa! Oh, nice. That's how I feel when I come to a stop at a traffic light and the person behind me doesn't. I'm like, scoot up, scoot up, scoot up. Okay, I'm just gonna take it.
Yep. Greenwell loops it on around. All right, let's check out back there in the chat. Yeah, Mama Goose. Looks like she's signed, saying it may have been assisted there a little bit. And Jay, no, it's on nuts.
Oh.
For Mrs. D's dirty nuts out there. Looking to see where our highest driver is. Bob Berry has dropped back down to 10th. Bob Berry did come down and pit on lap 47. He may be on the same pit strategy as Kevin Foster. No more pitting for him tonight. Now he may be waiting everybody else out, and they're going to have to get around him when it comes later into the race.
Well, we did kind of assume with the 100% fuel and the 4 sets of tires on dirt that it wouldn't, pit strategy wasn't going to be at the top of the list tonight.
No. No. I just think some guys are thinking about throwing on an extra set of tires to see if they can change something here.
Well, from what we're hearing, everything is changing, whether they like it or not.
Now, hopefully the pace car is going to change its position and head back down into pit road.
Stay there.
Yep. Jay's saying, quick, get the hammers out. Alrighty. Jackson Knox seems to be undefeated here at these restarts. Can he
Do it again.
get away here on this restart? Mason Flagar is going to try to chase him here. Man, look at that separation. Oh, man. Driver sliding back and forth. Already some trouble here in the back. Good Lord, I think that is Nick Nickerson.
And Jason Greenwell stuck in the sandwich again.
Yep. Nickerson down on the bottom, and he's around.
Oh. And we're under caution.
Woo,
lap
Guzik almost catches him, though.
62. Yeah, this is a second caution for Nickerson tonight. This thing is definitely not a road course.
Good Lord. Did you see the 82 up top? I know this may be kind of off to the side, but we talk about riding the cushion. This is what happens when you're not sliding across. Look at the 82.
That's what I was saying earlier.
See how that car is bobbing? Holy cow.
Yes. Bumping from sideways, though. You know, not like he's going over a speed bump forward. It's just side to side.
Holy cow.
Or as Jay would say, holy cluster.
Look how bad that car's bobbing up there.
Yep.
That is terrible. Again. Look at
Now,
that.
is the
God.
suspension on these cars, prepared for dealing with? I mean, these are unusual directions for bumps and steering and all that.
It's like asking a sprint car to go drive on the asphalt. They're not made to do that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they are running, I wouldn't say the same setup. I would probably be running these shocks a lot softer to try to handle
Okay.
some of these bumps. And normally the steering is pulled a lot tighter rather than trying to loosen it up.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Holy cow. Alrighty. Well, our longtime leader is no more. Jackson Knott came down in the pit on lap 64. He's just about guaranteeing himself to make it the rest of the way.
All right.
Flagar Sikorsky and Nolan Gross, Paul Wilson to join him. So from 17th to 21st came in. First driver to head to the garage is going to be the number 30 of Carter Phillips. This rate, we still got a good chance for Brandon Jackson to get back onto the lead lap. I believe he's 2 laps down currently.
I think Carter's out there.
Is he rotating? Okay.
Yeah.
Might have been blinking out there. May have lost connection with him.
Yeah.
So he and only 2 other drivers have not pit. That does leave us with Carter Phillips, David Lakey, and Zach Michaelis, who's sitting in 3rd and 4th. All Chevrolets in the top 5. As we get taken off here, Cody Welch getting his first restart. And Jennifer Wonders is going to be rooting this on, but watch the 51 of Curtis Yancey driving this thing like he stole it. Didn't qualify here, but he is up to 2nd. He's aiming for the lead. Right now, I think this is going to be the battle to watch here. Right now, watch up top as we hop in the Goodyear blimp view. Curtis Yancey's got him dead to rights here. Can Cody Welch ride that cushion and plant? No, he cannot. Slider! Yeah, baby!
Oh,
Cody Welch crosses him over. Yancey's going to have to go back at it again here. Excellent job. Right now, that's what we're expecting to see. So lap number 69 complete, and lap number 70 is underway. Not bad here by the number 51. Looks like he's kind of got to choke up a little bit here. Remember, Yancey came in and pit on lap 28, Welch on 47. We're finally getting some green flag laps, though. I see some drivers shuffling backwards, though. I think Osborne's around.
Oh, yes.
Caught it just at the end as Jackson Knock was fighting his way up. He moved up to 12th.
5 spots in a couple laps. Not bad.
Yeah, I got a feeling he's going to be sniffing around that top 5 here before much longer. Knox going to have a lot of tough drivers. Nickerson's moving up just as fast. He's up to 9th. Remember, he was our lap 62 caution.
Yes. He was caught up in this lap 7 caution, too. He's had a rough
Noticing
evening.
smoke out there on the track.
Yeah, that's not... I mean, the setup doesn't...
No, right there.
iRacing doesn't put smoke for dirt, right?
Well, until we grind past that dirt, and then it becomes a hard surface in the center. So we actually may see tires starting to smoke out here on the track. Let's take a look. What turns John Osborne around? Whoop.
Yeah, that smoke was in front of 81.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think it was Nolan Gross that may have been getting in some trouble out there. The smoke continues even in front of him.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, no, I think we're where... That's where we're fighting. Yeah, I see some toughs coming off Bob Berry there.
Yeah. Don't over roast those nuts.
All right, we'll see what happens to
it's
Bob
hard to
Berry.
see
See
it.
if he changes his line here. Nope, it's even in front of him. Good Lord. Look at that gaggle of cars here.
Yes, there it is up there. It's still forward.
Yeah, it's to be expected, though. That's what we're going to see.
Well, see, because I'm curious. I mean, there is 4 layers of clay over a bed of sawdust that they do to make this track. I mean, they're going to be grinding through all of that?
Yes.
Wow. You know, they actually lay this stuff down with bulldozers that are guided by GPS.
What?
Yeah, just to get it perfect. Yeah, they're all computerized.
Good Lord. Okay. Well, we'll go back at it again here.
So who was it that turned around on this one?
John Osborne
Ah, okay.
was our driver who spun around. We don't want to leave Matt Crockett out. He was actually in the process of spinning as well. But Crockett does maintain his position of 6th.
Okay.
We're getting back underway here. Mud's starting to build up on the front noses of these cars. I believe
is.
Kyle Busch was one of the drivers out there who had a problem in the dirt race as well from mud buildup on the grill. Oh, man.
There's our smoke.
Yeah, Cody Welch sending it here. No way we're back under caution. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so Mailbox Media not going to be happy.
David Lakey?
No, I'm talking about Jackson Knock, but he fights up to the top 10 now. He was sitting 12th, so he's able to jump a couple of spots. Actually, Kevin Foster's our guy. Kevin Foster bringing out our next caution here. Boy, somebody was getting nasty out there. I believe that was the 82. Paul Wilson, I think his own teammate, was having trouble getting locked up there on Nolan Gross. I'll see what happens here. Yeah, right there.
Oh. Yep, and 94 touched the back and Ethan Sikorsky of Foster, and that was all it took to spin him around.
All right, tough drive for some of these guys. Pace truck lights are on. We may see a couple of guys might try to do some pit strategy here. Carter Phillips in the 30 Chevrolet is the only one I see finally coming down into pit. David Lakey came down 73. Foster rejoins at 77. Michaelis, who hadn't pit, comes in on 72, has fought himself back up to 16th.
Nice. Do you think Curtis Yancey is going to take a shot at just going all night? I mean, he came down twice, but lap 28 was the last time he saw pit road.
Yeah, rather early. I think I was wondering if he was doing a touch and go to make sure he was good on fuel.
Yeah.
You'll see guys being able to pit a little bit later because they like using the fuel in the tank to help sway the weight into the turns.
Okay.
Alrighty, next caution, we head to commercial break. And after that, we'll see how it goes. Cody Welch, Curtis Yancey will be starting in the front row. Sean Britt, Ricky Hart, not bad by Hart, moving up 12 positions. Brett Guzik returning back to the fight, sitting
Back
5th.
in it. No kidding.
Yep, Nick Nickerson will be starting right behind him. Bob Berry to the inside. We're back under green.
Tell you, I'm also impressed Matt Crockett as often as we saw him get in the mix of things.
Nickerson!
Oh.
Nickerson slide right in there. Hart is out of shape. Holy
We're
cow,
going.
he looks like a bar of soap out there. Not looking good, slipping and sliding all over the place. Bob Berry trying to hang in there. Cody Welch does get a solid breakaway though. Get a little farther out here.
Giving Berry a little bit of extra push from behind, but now he's trying to pass him on the inside.
Holy cow. Yeah, look at the mess up front here.
Oh,
I think
no.
Nickerson just got booted.
Yep. Ah. And we are under caution, lap 82.
All right, Nick Nickerson is our guy around here. Says we had a problem back there as well with Jason Greenwell. Wow, there's a little bit of damage to the nose.
Yeah, I don't think just the mud did that.
Yeah, I think he comes up and makes, whoop, clink, ouch.
Oh, yeah,
Him and John Osborne give each other a little bit of a kiss there.
sure did.
All right, let's see what caused the real yellow flag here.
He gave up some gum-type sugar.
Nickerson sliding that around. You see the damage to the rear end, 15.
Knock
Crockett
comes
gets around
down.
and Knock turns him. And really for Knock, that was actually just survival.
Yeah.
Well, if he had completely turned in front of him, look how Knock sets him up here. As soon as Nickerson comes down, Knock has the line. And they come to greet him. He's full turn to the right there. Guzik's lucky he got out of there.
I'm surprised any of them got
Yeah.
out of there.
No, I think Guzik would have been next. Yeah, I was nervous there may have been somebody got dumped. But it looked like the two guys that made contact. So Nick Nickerson, the woes continue. Back to the drawing board. Nickerson back down to 19th. Still has time, though.
He
Only
does.
on lap 84, moving into 85 out of the 131 here tonight.
Got a couple people heading down pit road.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne, along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
Stage winners.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live here. Cody Welch and Sean Britt going at it. Thanks for getting a shout out from our sponsors. We'll talk a little bit about FMR performances. We're watching Jackson Knock make an amazing comeback here. He fought himself up to 5th. He's on the outside of Brett Guzik. Now he's going to slice underneath. Sean Britt in the rearview mirror now. And Curtis Yancey's going to be able to reach out and touch the right front fender. Knock gets out of shape, though. Gives up not one, not two. Holy cow! Contact with Brett Guzik. Brett Guzik doing a great job. Holds on to it. Guzik, after the spin out he had earlier in the race on lap 57, holds on to 4th. And Guzik's around.
Not for long.
No.
Yes.
All right. Only driver who's not under fire here yet is Cody Welch. Staying out front.
And Jennifer Wonders is very happy about that.
Yes. Yeah, I was going to note that Jackson Knox still remains in that number 5 spot as Mason Flagar goes ahead and shoots on around when they made contact there with Brett Guzik. I think Guzik right now is probably doing a little more than muttering right now. Let's see what happens to Brett Guzik one more time. Woo!
Kind of curious. He's been.
Yeah, left rear tire.
Okay.
Yeah, that left rear tire came off the ground.
As long as he doesn't get hit, he shouldn't need. I'm wondering if he has any fast repairs left since he's been kind of bumped and bruised tonight.
Yeah, look right here at the ridge. Watch that left front fender. Right, right at the splitter. Catches the dirt here. And it jams him. See the front tire stop rotating?
Yes.
And that's what sends him on the rest of the way around.
Huh. Goodness. That is frustrating.
Yep. Taking another look at it here. Watch how he dives in the turn right as he hits right there. That's why I was slowing it down. It shows that left front splitter hitting the bottom of that, hitting the bottom, so it causes them to bounce. And Brett Guzik is now back down to unfortunately, the 22nd position.
Oh. Ouch.
Oh yeah. Off-road out there saying it was a good save. Able to hold on to it, though.
You
Welcher
got a
have our
compliment
lead.
from Jay for getting a good angle on the pictures. See, son, I think it's Cody Welch that's smoking. There's no chance he could have something going off with his car, is there?
I don't believe so. No. Well, you see it smoking right now.
Yes,
But
that's
we
my
also
point.
see Curtis Yancey. Here's all the back of his car. And we got a little puffing there. Can I see right there to the right?
Huh.
Yep. So that's just the first set of tires getting down. Oof.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
This is not good.
No.
Jackson knocked
Huge
around.
stack up here. 4 or 5 wide. There they go. Bob Berry's around.
Oh. Well, he's kind of squeezed. I think he can come out of this one.
Oh, nuts.
You had to, at least once.
All right, back under caution here. It says Jackson Knock may have been involved in this.
Oh, yes. Watch. Yeah. Very much.
Good job getting out of the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That gets you every time.
I'm sorry. I thought for sure that was a car coming in to just T-bone him. Ah.
So now we'll see how Bob Berry fared after that.
Yep, they just kind of slide into a finish.
See if Jackson Knock decides to come down on in a pit.
At this point, he does not, but Bob Berry and Matt Crockett did.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Berry coming down and getting that thing squared away. Stella, I say when they do a fast repair, they should clean the mud off the front of the car.
Agreed.
Bob Berry having to wait till everybody gets on through. That should be Knock moving into his position.
Yes, it is. Oh, I thought he was having to, like a speeding penalty or something.
Who?
Bob Berry.
No.
Why he had to stop.
He has to leave after the entire line gets passed.
Huh.
Yes, he has to exit after, can't exit in the middle of everybody going around. So as soon as the pace car passes, you have to stop and get to the back of the line.
Ah.
Which then puts you a lap down.
Yes, it does. So is it because
Now
they
the pace
don't
car's
exactly...
smoking.
Oh, great.
iRacing's awesome update. No, there's a hot fix, I think, actually coming tomorrow.
Oh, great.
Well, they got a huge, like I said, this update was huge. Coming up.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that kind of fares.
All right. Well, looks like we are lined up again, waiting on Barney.
Hooray, back under green. Yancey sitting second, gets a little encouragement there by Mason Flagar. Whoa, yeah! Yancey into the back of Cody Welch. As Welch might be in some trouble. Yancey wants to go ahead and cut the nose off of Sean Britt. Britt saying that. Checks up just a hair here, and check this out. You want to talk about some trouble. Watch
Britt,
Sean
3
Britt try to
wide.
wheel this thing. Oh, almost a little too much.
He's good. He's good.
This is actually Sean Britt in second.
And we're under caution.
Yes. Yes, we are, as I believe while he was fighting it, Curtis Yancey was our driver, went completely around.
Oh.
I would say if I were Curtis Yancey at a time like this, I would definitely come in and get 4 tires.
Yeah,
Just for the purpose that he came down on lap 28 for a quick
Yes.
splash of fuel. I would definitely come down. I would try to get a full tank of fuel and 4 tires again.
Yeah, because things were going pretty good for him. And, no longer.
Alrighty. Let's see what gets Mr. Yancey. Oh, dude.
Oh, again and again.
And then,
Holster.
look at it.
Oh, Mason. Yikes. But manages to just drive through.
All right, so who's got something out there for Cody Welch here? Who are some
don't
of
know.
our fastest drivers?
I'm watching David Lakey and Eddie Haggy moving up 13 places. That's, they seem to be figuring it out.
Yep, Lakey, at least with a couple strokes of luck here, has fought himself up to 5th. You're talking about Eddie Haggy. He's hanging out in 10th.
Yeah.
So he's getting up there.
After having that dismal first lap
And
caution.
he does. Curtis Yancey comes down, 4 tires and fuel.
There you go.
All right. Well, right now, that's going to put Jackson Knock and Curtis Yancey, the guys who've been up front most of the night, starting in 19th and 20th.
Ooh.
Yuck.
No, that's wonderful.
Uh-oh, I started it. The chat. We must be
Oh.
at the drive-thru.
And then?
Yep.
Oh, no.
Oh, you can't do it, too. You're just egging it on.
Okay.
All right, the 99. Looks like he's greedy Mr. Sikorsky there.
Was that dude, where's my car?
Yes.
Okay. Just, it would bug me if I didn't know.
All right, here we go. Ooh, Lakey. Sidesteps it there. Nolan Gross looks like he might be getting into the side there of Sean Britt. Let's keep our eye here on Lakey. Lakey might be in trouble. Britt's getting out of shape. Sometimes you'll see guys tail wag before the end of a turn to get set up, and it's working for Britt. Reeling in Cody Welch. Welch might be in some trouble here with 26 laps left to go. Right now he's praying for about 4 more cautions and he'll have it. Look at this. Britt is all over him now. Not bad.
Go, buddy.
Yep, see a little bit of the dirt build up starting to work with him here.
Whoa.
Oh, a little too much. Right there. Jammed him.
Wow. Yeah, that's like on asphalt. Just takes a second to have one bad corner.
And there's the one caution.
Oh, yep, sure is.
Yep, I think that was Carter Phillips that just slung by there. Brandon Jackson, another driver, got caught and tangled up in that one. All right, let's take a look. As we are back, under caution.
Oh.
Oh, 99
Brandon
around.
Jackson.
Oh. Bill, no.
Is he shaking up those nuts real good?
Isn't that what you're supposed to do right before you open them?
Yeah, make sure you mixed all the goodies around.
Awesome.
Oh, but I'm just, no, I'm stuck.
All right, we got a boatload of guys coming down pit road. Kalis, Jackson, Osborne, Foster, Harkins, Ricky Hart, Paul Wilson. Wow. Almost a fire sale here. Everybody's coming in. Who I was looking for was actually David Lakey, who was in 5th, dropping back down to 9th.
Yes.
Patsy Steele might be getting out there with a whip here in a second. Figure out how to get him going again. Brett Guzik back up to 6th. Jackson Knock is sitting 7th. Where's Yancey? Yancey's 11th.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's the fact that it's a small track or the fact that we have so many cautions or it's just controlled chaos out of there, but it doesn't matter where you are on the track. In 2 laps, you can be at the front or in the back. It just, boom, that fast. It's pretty wild to try to keep up with.
Yep. All right. Our stage caution, or competition caution, was at lap 65. Nick Nickerson's lap 62 spin out actually counted as our competition caution. So I guess technically we could say we are up to our 16th caution here tonight. As we continue the raging out there on the track.
It's still 17 because we technically used the 62 cause caution as the stage caution. So it doesn't convert and count as a staged caution. You know what I mean? Okay. Sorry, we're at 17. I got to keep budget rides off road, square out there.
So I see this being Cody Welch, Sean Britt, Jackson Knock, Nick Nickerson's getting up there, and I think Yancey's going to come in later. So we'll see. Let's get this one back under green. I think they're going to start running out of time. They've only got 20 laps left to go here. It's 10 miles. They've got a lot of doing. Here we go. Somebody beating and banging out there. Mason Flagar coming off that penalty that he had earlier in the season, trying to stay clean out there and not getting any more trouble. 0-2 and Nolan Gross caught in the middle. That is Nickerson to the outside. Nickerson trying to hold on, but Brett Guzik shoots the gap.
Oh, he sure did.
Guzik up to 4th. Welch still trying to run away with this one. Britt had a chance, and he's losing much needed time.
Now, that I'm used to seeing way up there at the top in that cushion, like you were saying earlier.
All right, back under yellow fever. Knock. Boy.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, we're about to see a little Bruce Lee out of this guy here. He's going to flying sidekick whatever got him this time.
Boy, I don't know if somebody he I think he more got somebody else than somebody got him. He was kind of using Brett Guzik and Nickerson as cushion on wheels. And I agree. Let's go from here, green to the end. We're at 118. We're not allowed to have any more.
You see the nudge there. A little bit of left quarter gets down in the Knox right front fender.
Yeah.
And then Nickerson was actually over-rotating. And you remember what happened last time Nickerson over-rotated. Knock actually got in the back of him and turned him the rest of the way around. That's what you see here. You see the 24 getting out of shape. I don't know if that was forced there by Guzik. Nolan Gross is up into the wall.
Oh, yeah, they just want away.
Yeah, whatever it was, that group of clutch of 4 there. Having a hard time here tonight. So unless Knock can come up with a Marshall Crocker mover, as how he did there at the Roval. And coming back. I don't know if Knock is going to be able to even maybe squeak into a top 5, even if we went green.
Yeah, both he and Nolan Gross down 16 and 19, respectively. Flagar down 21. That will be a challenge.
Marshall Crocker's out there.
Hey.
All right. Well, we'll see. Right now, Knock, he had fought himself up in a matter of 6 laps to get back into the top 10, was battling for top 5, and gets caught up. So Not currently sitting 19th. We'll see how he does. Outside line is probably not where he'd like to be starting. He is right now behind everybody else with fresher set of tires in front of him. We'll see if that causes any trouble for him. As Yancey sits 7th, we're back under green. Cody Welch, great jump. Away he goes. As it looks like they give him a little hand salute as he takes flight. Brett Guzik sitting 3rd, Britt chasing. All right, Britt gets the breakaway. Guzik now is going to try to see if he can fend off Nickerson and Sikorsky. Those two seem to have it down. Sikorsky up toward the wall.
It's all right.
Well, good plant off that cushion. Does give him the speed into the back of Nick Nickerson here. Nickerson makes a good block. It seems he hails the yellow flag god, and he got it again. Eddie Haggy.
Oh. He had got everything back together.
It's the 97. Ugh.
And, yep.
Who missed him?
One wrong turn.
Who missed him? Was that Flagar?
72. And Brandon Jackson. Zip.
What in the world is going on out here? Because if you see, that was Knock actually on the bottom.
Bedlam.
That was even
Mayhem.
lower. So right now he's down there riding that bottom cushion this whole time. Because Knock has gotten up to 15th. Right behind Mason Flagar, who was to the extreme top, slides down to the bottom cushion. And then goes back forward again. That is crazy. All right. So that's 14th and 15th for them. We'll probably be talking to Cody Welch here if he can keep this up in victory lane. Sean Britt will be sitting 2nd. Nickerson has fought himself up to his original qualifying position of 3rd. Brett Guzik holds 4th. Ethan Sikorsky sitting currently 5th. Curtis Yancey's our 6th place driver. Right behind him is going to be David Lakey, Zach Michaelis, Connor Gibson, and rounding out our top 10, Ricky Hart. Kevin Foster sits in the 11th spot, 1 spot looking in. Brandon Jackson has fought up to 12th. Matt Crockett is 13th. Flagar 14th. Knock sitting in that 15th spot. Jason Greenwell is 16th. Nolan Gross and Bob Berry. Following behind that, looks like Carter Phillips and Eddie Haggy rounding out our top 20. Bill Harkins out there in the nutty car with Paul Wilson and John Osborne sitting in 23rd. Taking a look here, Stella, I believe all drivers are still on the lead lap here.
They are.
Definitely a good reason for not a soul to quit here tonight. I thought we had one eliminated earlier. The number 30 of Carter Phillips, but a quick little blink there, and he has returned. We'll get back underway here in just a moment. We'd like to thank LAT Racing Oils for sponsoring our cautions here. Get back underway here. Guys, go check out Apex Racing for all your sim racing needs. I guarantee you Cody Welch might have some of that sitting in his living room now as he hits back on the loud pedal, and away he goes. 7 to go. A lot of eyes are going to be on our driver, Jackson Knock, who's sitting back now 12th. Charging up, now sitting 11th. He's still moving. So Knock on a tear here, now up to 10th. I don't know what this guy's doing, but he's churning forward, and he's already in trouble. Up there with Foster. Foster bumps him. Not 1, not 2, looking for 3. Lakey's around.
Oh. And that will bring out our next caution with 6 laps to go.
Whoa. Lakey, Nolan Grosser around. Yeah, this is going to be a frustrating one here. Somebody's mad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you get this close to the end, this is where the frustrations start to get real high. This is the biggest one yet, unfortunately. This is going to go to Jason Greenwell, David Lakey, Connor Gibson, Nolan Gross, Matt Crockett, Mason Flagart, Bill Harkins, Carter Phillips are our drivers who get a little bent up here. All right, let's take a look. I think we saw how that was going. Boy, I gotta say, Knock was on a roll there.
He was sending it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I can't say.
Found himself a line, I'll tell you.
Well, he's been moving up. I mean, like handfuls of places a lap. But look how he's riding that cushion. Off the wall. I think Lakey's going up there like a normal turn. And Knock is going almost twice the speed. All right, let's keep an eye here on Lakey. Does he stay out of it? Oh, lucky dog. Lucky dog. All right, let's see who else gets caught up. This one's going to be keeping an eye on Connor Gibson here.
Connor, yeah.
Yep, Connor. Oop, right there.
Foster.
Smashed off the wall.
Oh.
Good Lord, who was that who continued the roll? Is that Nolan Gross or Jason Greenwell? Gross, I think it's smushed. Right here.
Brandon Jackson on the side of him. Yeah.
And then it speeds him up like a Hot Wheels car straight into the 15.
Yeah, that would have been the end of Matt Crockett. Oh.
Yeah, remember I was talking about the frustration?
Oh, dear. Okay.
We're 5 to go, sitting top 10. And it looks like Nolan Gross is going to be restarting in 19th.
Yeah, looks like we're at the first green-white checker, actually.
Yes. So we'll be back underway here in just a moment. We'll go ahead and get this underway. And Stella.
Yes.
Pace truck lights are off.
Yes. You think we'll make it?
Maybe. Maybe we should have 3 green-white checkers. Let's go. Welch, Guzik, Nickerson. Tell you what, Nickerson needs a good finish here tonight. If he wants to keep the points chase close, and we're back around. Britt.
Well, that hurt. I had Britt and Sikorsky on my list when you asked me this this morning. Wow, asked me at the beginning of the race, and I was almost rooting for myself even on that one. But yeah, now we will be back to green and white checker, and Sean Britt's going to have a bit of a time getting back up there.
Greenwell straight. Lakey and Nolan Gross going at it.
Well, it looked like Lakey, unless he was helped, over-rotated on that one.
Yeah, showing that was not the cause of our caution, though. Trying to see where Curtis Yancey is. They're saying he's involved. Right there with the 15. Yep, there's the caution. Two of them get tangled up. I do want to see if we can find out where David Lakey was in all of this and how he ended up almost sideways out there. Oh, grabs too much cushion. Yep, too much on the bottom. 3 laps left to go. Jackson Knock almost doing the impossible as he's fought himself back up to the 5th position. Driver's getting ready to double stack and get underway here. Been saying Jackson Knock is choosing the line that he didn't want, which was the outside line, but apparently it worked on that one turn.
Actually, it looked like he was following a set of tracks that were up there already. He may have done that once before. That's why he was pretty confident about taking that lane again.
All right, off-road out there, calling for 24. We're up to 21.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think they'll. I don't think we'll make 24. Not enough green-white checkers.
I didn't know we had a limit on them this evening.
Jennifer wonders, Cody, send it moderately. We could shake Cody up a little bit. We could pull him into the booth, see how he's feeling.
Let's not.
We could
Let's
pull Nick
not.
in. Hey, Nick. Hey, man, you fought your way back up to the front 3 times here tonight. How's it feel?
No.
Feels great. Yeah, all right,
No.
awesome. Yeah, there we go. Off-road Heather. No! All right, let's try and get this one done. These dirty nuts, 131 needs to come to an end. At Bristol Dirt. Let's get this one back underway. Green flag. Let's try again. Trouble already. Already looks like Knock is trying to slide his way through. He's got a couple more turns. Welch trying to hold out. Keep him there. Oh, the front 2 drivers are taking themselves out here. Nickerson and Guzik getting into it. Knock's going to send it right up the gut.
Oh, he did.
Well, Guzik's still holding on to it. Sikorsky eats the wall. White
Oh.
flag is out. This is it. Knock around the
Look at him
outside.
go.
Knock is up to 2nd.
See, he's found
And-
himself a line up there.
Guzik down to 8th. And winning the race is going to be Cody Welch. Fighting it off. Knock comes into 2nd. And Nick Nickerson 3rd. No way.
He's doing a Hail Melon for laps at a time.
No way.
Outstanding.
Cody Welch coming away with the win. Knock returning back to the top 3. But Brett Guzik falling to 8th here.
Yeah, the two of them were battling a little
Yeah,
bit
something
too
was
hard.
going hard here. And I
Yeah,
want
right
to
there.
see the entrance to this turn. Because I thought him and Nickerson got into it first. Oh, good Lord. No, that actually might be a couple
Right.
of turns.
Yeah, I think right at the start up, at the takeoff from green.
Yeah, look
they
at the
were doing
double
the
zero.
bump.
So, yeah, these two guys going at it. Okay, Nickerson goes up, makes contact. 'Cause I'm trying to see what gets Guzik out of shape. Look at him. Yeah, he hits that
The
cushion and
wall?
plants.
Yeah.
Hits Guzik in the back. Guzik shoots to the outside. Sikorsky into the wall. Nickerson's still sideways here.
Well,
Tries to set up for the turn, but watch where Guzik ends up. Guzik rotating up the track, and yeah, he is whoop right on through. Guzik comes back down into Nickerson. Yeah, just little too much juice on that turn.
yeah, it looks like Sikorsky's following in Knox's footsteps there. He's taking that really high line.
Well, that was the thing. Everybody's staying in that slick spot. As soon as that slick spot's there, you see the cars actually start rotating farther and farther up the track. There you go. See how Guzik's riding there. He had
Yeah.
that turn, but we're already El Completo. All right, awesome job here by Cody Welch. What a job. What a job. That was awesome.
Yeah, that would make, I think, out of 9 starts, 8 top 10s for him and 4 wins tonight. Tonight.
Yep. All right. So finally coming to an end is going to be the D's Dirty Nuts 131. Yep, you swore up and down you weren't going to say it. Good job. I'll take care of it here tonight.
Sorry.
All right. Let's see our race results. Find your favorite driver here, guys. Yeah, Brett Guzik to 8th. Curtis Yancey was able to take one peek outside the top 10. That was close. Brandon Jackson, how many times do we see him get spun around 5th?
5th?
Yeah, not
Look
bad.
at that. It snuck right in without me seeing him.
Yeah. I think the one that probably hurts the most out there, and I hate pointing it out, but Mason Flagar and Nolan Gross. Both those guys started side by side. And they finished 19th and 20th.
Yeah. Now me, Sean Britt was running second all night. And right there at the end. Eddie Hagee, David Lakey, Connor Gibson, 21 through 23. And
Wow.
RC didn't take the car.
Yeah. Yeah, not bad. All right, guys, hang in there. We're gonna find our drivers, and we'll be right back.
Hello there, Bandit Racing League fans. Former broadcaster Marshall Crocker Jr. here, part-time driver, the number 78 for 785 Racing. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about Geezer Authentics, your place for all things Bandit Racing League merchandise. Well, now let's say you want to go and buy a t-shirt for your reigning, defending Bandit Racing League champion, Eddie Hagee. You put it in black, you get it in an extra large, and you add it to your cart there for a reasonable price. You're going to move on, maybe look at some, shirts and sweaters, but maybe there's nothing that catches your eye this time, so you're going to move on to some wall wear. And you know me, I can't lie, I was a big Cody Welch fan back in my time broadcasting, so maybe you want to grab a 785 Cody Welch pennant to hang on your wall above your sim racing rink. You add it to your cart and you're going to move on. Maybe you're thinking some sort of accessory, maybe you're a big hat person like I am, you need something to wrap right on the brim, and there you go, Bandit Racing League hats in a variety of colors, but I personally like the combo of the camo and that Full Send Racing Network orange. And you're going to move on now to some drinkware. You need something to drink your coffee out of in the morning. Why not grab a 785 Racing mug and support yours truly, Marshall Crocker Jr. This has been Geezer Authentics. Check out the site. Lots of great options for Bandit Racing League fans.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne, along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
Alrighty, everybody. Finally catching up with our third place finish here. Nick Nickerson. What a drive it was. You got that number 2 Ford in third place.
Yeah, man, it was quite a difficult race there. I mean, I must have had to drive through the field 4 or 5 times, it felt like.
Yes.
And it was hard, man. The track wasn't really bumpy. It was just these cars. Like I had an issue where even though I wasn't touching the apron, my car was like spinning out when I threw off the center. I had to pit to get some damage repaired the first time, but it was still happening later on. Like that's why even I had a couple self spins. So it was difficult since just dirt racing, like trying to find where the grip is, and you're inadvertently shutting the door on people underneath you, and it was chaotic. But other than that, it was fun. At least it didn't feel like the cautions were super long. Like I think we still got this done within, what was that, an hour and a half or so?
Yep.
So. At least there's that. Now we're done with the dirt race. We can go back to the asphalt and hopefully be a little cleaner.
Holy cow. And get back out of these cars, man. I think it's time for the 87s. All right. Well, as dirt racing can be some over-aggressive driving, some dirt racing can be tough driving out there. But when you're talking about shutting the door, it's almost what they call the slide job. You're almost purposely cutting people off to make a pass on the dirt.
Oh, yeah, on a slide job for sure. You're trying to, take their line and hopefully try to get them out of their groove. I wasn't doing too many of those because I wasn't confident enough that I wouldn't, put the butt end of the car up against the wall too hard. But there was some people out there doing it, and they're pretty successful. But I'm more talking like your car's on the running the outside, but then they start coming down towards the exit, and you're running the bottom line. You kind of shut the door on the car on the bottom. That was getting a little frustrating, but you can't blame them because they're just searching for the grip and to get the good run off the corners. But yeah, man.
Back and forth on the track, front to back, front to back, front to back. That's some tough racing out there. I'm sure you're pretty pleased at least getting a third here tonight. But man, we head to Sonoma. Are we looking for a win?
I think so. Like, the 87 cars are really difficult to drive on road courses, mainly just because of the gearbox. Like, it's the clutch is very lethargic to use. So we'll see. I'll have to throw some laps down. I don't want to say I'm expecting to win, but I have a pretty high chance of it. It's just we'll see how much practice the other guys put in.
Yeah, it'll definitely help you reel in Cody Welch. He's been on a tear here as of recent. Glad to see you back. Nick, go ahead and give me your shout-outs here, buddy.
Yeah, man. Just Bill, all the admins, everybody participates. Big Red, Propane, Ultimate Towing, Sueno Diazzo, Clutch Automotive, Advanced Auto Parts, and appreciate you guys putting on the broadcast.
All right, Nick, congratulations on your third place finish, man. We'll see you next week.
Hey, take care.
All righty. Whew. Boy, what a run. What a run. But I want to get to the guy who was on a run, and I know some people are starting to point and say, oh, it was intentional. Oh, dude, Jackson, what a run here, dude. Outside line, was any of this Hail Melon?
So, no. I was just going as fast as I could. The times that I did touch the wall were not intentional. The cushion had stacked up. Not that you can actually see on the broadcast. I'm not sure why. Spectating and broadcast, there's no cushion for some reason. But the cushion had stacked up, made like a ramp up against the wall that I was really using really hard, especially in those last few laps there. The first time in 70 laps where I didn't have 1,000 cars in front of me, I was able to just, see what I could do. So I ran it right up against the wall, and the cushion was cushioning. And I was just blasting around people, and I feel like if I had at least one more lap, I would have gotten Cody. But it just really sucks, Well, okay, first of all, perfectly happy with the second place. Very, very happy with second place. Let me put that, make that clear first before I say the next thing I'm going to say. I feel, I practiced every single day. I won every practice race that I got to. I was the fastest on track. I'd like to say all day. And it really sucks to, be sitting on the front stretch watching some other car do burnouts after I put in all this effort, especially in this track, especially with Bill never wanting to run a dirt race ever again. I love dirt racing. I dirt race in real life. This is, this was my playground. And it really, really sucked to not be up front when it mattered.
That's right, man. It happens. Guys get bumped around out there, but I'm going to hit a touchy subject here before I get your shout-outs, and we'll talk about Sonoma. A little bumping around out there with Brett Guzik right at the final couple of laps. Was he just taking a different line out there, or were you pretty determined the way you were going around some of those turns?
So I was pretty determined. With these cars, if you back out when you're already kind of, doing your thing, it likes to... I don't know, do something else. It likes to do what you don't want it to do if you're being hesitant or anything like that. So you really got to fully commit. And coming out of that corner, I thought I'd be able to squeeze them 3 wide, but obviously that wasn't a very realistic option. I don't know what happened to Brett, but he was giggling and said, "Oh no!" So I'm gonna guess he didn't take it too harshly. But just 2 drivers going for the same real estate, or probably 3 drivers going for the exact same real estate. They were going real slow, and I thought there was room. And if you don't go for a gap, you're not a race car driver. So,
man, I was gonna say I saw you sending it in here, and we're actually watching the slow-mo replay. We see you up toward the top, and here's Guzik fading up toward the top here during the white flag, and I knew it was gonna get ugly right there toward the end. But talk about coming from the back to the front. I think I counted 3 times here tonight. Tough race. What do we expect when we head to Sonoma?
Love the 87 cars. First of all, let me answer the first question. Back to the front. That was genuinely a lot of fun. It really did suck having to do that. But it was fun finding the confidence in myself to be able to do that 3 times. Going as hard as I can, trying my best not to wreck anybody, but I wasn't exactly driving safe, level head. I was driving like a pissed off teenager because that's what I was. But
the honesty abounds.
But I wasn't going out of my way to wreck people. I wasn't, slamming people out of the way. The only times I was making contact was out of the corner. A lot of people like to get super loose out of the corner, and then I would just end up on their inside, and they wouldn't even notice, I think, half the time, until I'm around them. Especially going 3 wide a lot of the time, that was sketchy. But I had to do what I think I had to do, and that's how I got up to the front 3 times. Well, not to the front, but making my way through the field 3 times.
Awesome, man.
And then Sonoma next week. I'm real excited for that. I love the 87 cars, no matter where we are. The first 3 races where we did the 1987 cars, I did great. Haven't done them at a road course yet, but I'm real excited for that. I feel like if I can, I don't know, sling these cars around Dirt Bristol, I should be able to sling the 87s around Sonoma.
All right. Shout out time.
I'd like to shout out OxyClean, which is not currently on the car because I actually didn't have a OxyClean car made, so I'm running a Culver's scheme. So shout out to Culver's. I'd also like to shout out my mom, my dad, my grandma, my grandpa. I'd also like to shout out Braden, JD, Lucas, and Brandon Jackson. Those were people in my chat. And thank you for anyone who supports me in my real life racing endeavors, and as well as iRacing. We're gonna be back out here next week doing the same thing. So
awesome, Jackson Knott. Congratulations on your 2nd place finish, and we'll see how you do next week.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. All right. So coming away with a win here during the dirt race is Cody Welch, and somebody was hinting out there was absolutely 0 practice and all luck. Cody Welch, am I mistaken here?
No, no practice. Sat down and I ran a few laps before the race in practice, but I didn't sit down and do any of the practice races or anything. I meant to, and I got caught up doing other things. But yeah, man, that was one of the most fun races I've ever raced in Bandit, I swear. I mean, we had a lot of cautions. Yeah, it was broke up, but when we were racing, man, it was fun.
Dude, if this race had gone, let's say another 4 laps under green, were you nervous that the 00 was on his way?
Yep, I was nervous. Yeah, I seen him, and then Nick and Brett. I know all those guys are fast, and I was kind of counting on cautions, every 4 or 5 laps, so none of these guys could get to me, because I think a few of them had better speed than I did. I pitted early, and I knew everyone was going to come in and pit at lap 65 for the competition caution. So I wanted to get my pit stop in early and try to make it back through the field and come out first after lap 65. And then if I could do that, then it's just keeping the lead until the end. And with every caution, it just out there pacing in first place, and you get 2 or 3 laps of green flag, and I was able to get a jump on the restart every time and stay out front. So it's kind of luck as far as that goes. So, but yeah.
Man.
What was your secret of getting that jump every time off the green flag? Because that was definitely a dependable aspect of your race.
Yeah, well, starting in 4th, just kind of feathering the gas, trying not to spin the tires any, and with iRacing, just a little bit of lag. The cars will see me go, but they're still 30, 40 milliseconds behind me. So that's where that gap comes from. Time.
Haha. Okay. Well, thank you.
All right. Leading in the points, leading the race tonight, coming away with the win. Does this transfer over to Sonoma?
Oh, man, I'm not sure about all that. I just held on at the Roval, which is a road course that I do fairly well at in most cars. Sonoma's a totally different story. I think last time I raced Sonoma, I ended up back of the pack. So we'll see. But, at this point in the game, I got a pretty big points lead going into the playoffs. So, whatever happens next week, it's all good.
Oh, you'll be in the 87s, too. Everybody seems to be pretty excited about that. You happy to get out of this car?
Yeah. I like the 87s. I like the Xfinity cars because I feel like you're driving more with the rear of the car instead of pushing through corners like this one feels. Plus, I'm not much of an aero racing fan, and these cars have everything to do with aerodynamics. You get behind somebody, you lose your downforce, and you get in someone else's wake. It's hard to pass. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to going back to the 87s for sure.
Awesome. Cody Welch, I'm going to ask for your shout-outs, and you better make sure you get every person out here that's been rooting you on. I know Budget Off-Road's out here rooting you on. Of course, Miss Wonders is out here, so go ahead, buddy. The floor is yours.
Absolutely. Definitely thanks to my fiance Jennifer and Budget Off-Roads, Budget Rides Off-Road, or whatever it's called. It's my best friend Brian. He's up in the living room right now.
There you go.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for the racers for showing up to race, and Bill for everything that he does. Thank you guys for broadcasting, and I'd like to thank our sponsor for tonight's race, D's Nuts. Appreciate everyone.
All right. Cody Welch, congratulations. The 85 Chevrolet doing it again. Great job, buddy.
Thanks, man. See you next week.
Oh, yeah. Stella, Cody Welch, what a run. What a run. Comes away with another win. That just blows my mind how many times he is able to do it, and everybody thought we were being silly. Actually, it is D's Nuts. So,
Yes.
so
Yes, as in Mrs. D.
yeah, I know. I'm just trying to make sure. See, guys? See? All right, well, next week we do head to Sonoma. That is going to be before the Christmas break, so hold your breath, guys. They're going to be going out there. So they punished each other by coming to a dirt race. Then we're going to get them in the most uncontrollable car, the 87s, and throw them onto the road course. And remember, there are most likely no cautions for that race. That's going to be a jumbled up one there. Definitely some couple of, if there is a caution, it's only going to be sectional. But we'll weigh our options when we get to that point. And Stella, then we're gonna have Christmas. Holy cow! Now I think after that it's gonna be New Year's. It's gonna be a wild couple of weeks, but I appreciate everybody coming out and joining us here tonight. Stella, anything left to add?
Oh, well, I strange enough, I enjoyed the race because there was some action and some activity. And I actually saw somebody there. Do you know who?
You ain't getting me.
Darn! I got him.
Got him. All right. All right, everybody. Appreciate you joining us here at SimTrax Broadcasting, bringing you the Bandit Racing League. We will catch all you guys next time. Watch out for the stream link, and we'll bring it to you then. Until then, be well, be safe, be kind. We'll see all you guys next time.